The next type of problem that we're going to be talking about are composite functions. So composite functions are those where you perform a function to a variable or a number, and then you perform another function. Composite functions can be written one of two ways. They can either be written like this, or they can be written like this. All this means is that you first perform the function g sub x, and then after that you take whatever value you get and perform function x to it. So let's say functions f of x and g of x are given by the following. Let's say f of x is equal to 4x plus 3, and g sub x is equal to negative 5x minus 7. So let's find f sub g sub x. Alright, well, what is f sub g sub x? Well, f sub g sub x, we know g sub x is negative 5x minus 7, so I'm going to replace g sub x with negative 5x minus 7. So now I'm taking the f of negative 5x minus 7. Well, we can see that f tells us to take whatever's in here, multiply it by 4, and then add 3 to it. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take whatever's inside, multiply it by 4, and then add 3 to it. I can then distribute the 4 and add the 3 on at the end. So combining like terms, this becomes negative 20x minus 25. So that's one type of example. Another type might be, let's say we want to figure out what f sub g sub 3 is. Well, g sub 3 is easy to figure out. 3 is taking the place of x. G just tells us to do certain things to 3 or x or whatever's inside. And we're going to do those things. We're going to multiply by negative 5 and then subtract 7. So lead us to negative 22. Now, since g sub x is negative 22, we're now trying to find the f of negative 22. The f of negative 22 would be 4 times negative 22 plus 3, as our function f tells us to take whatever's in here, multiply it by 4, and then add 3 to it. 4 times negative 22 is negative 88, plus 3 is negative 85. Let's try another one. Say I wanted to do g sub f sub f sub 2. Make sure all these parentheses match up. Alright, so we're going to look at this, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to draw this in separate colors to make it more clear. So first, we're going to have g. I'm going to close the parentheses for that. Next, I'm going to be doing g sub again. Oops, didn't change the color. Next, we're going to do f. We're going to do f again. And the number that we're doing it for is 2. So follow the colors here. The innermost function is f sub 2. So I'm going to go ahead and figure out what that is up here. Well, we said before f of x function is 4x plus 3. So I'm going to write that. F of x equals 4x plus 3. So our f sub 2 would be 4 times 2 plus 3, leading us to 11. I'm going to go back to my function here, again drawing the colors to make it as clear as possible what you're supposed to do. And I'm going to replace the whole f of 2 function now with 11. So now the innermost function is f of 11, so let's figure out what that is. Since f of x is 4x plus 3, f sub 11 is equal to 4 times 11 plus 3. 44 plus 3 is 47. So again, going to go ahead and use the colors here to make it as clear as possible. Notice how I'm just evaluating these functions from the inside out. So now I'm doing g sub 47. And we got to figure out what g of 47 is. Well, g is negative 5x minus 7. So our g sub x function is negative 5x minus 7. So our g sub 47 would equal negative 5 times 47 minus 7. Negative 5 times 47. 235. So negative 235 minus 7 gives me negative 242. Again, going back here, I can see that I'm now trying to figure out what g sub negative 242 is. G sub negative 242 is going to equal negative 5 times negative 242 times negative 7, 1,000, 1,200, 1,210 minus 7 equals 1203. And that's our answer. So you can see with these functions, you just start from the inside and go progressively outside until you get to the end and you performed all the functions. And that's how you do that.